Well, good morning and welcome to the Dandenong Ranges. And here we are in the first little town we're going to visit here in the Dandenong Ranges called Upwey. And being in the Dandenongs, you have to have the CFA. As we know, there's plenty of bushfires been up here over the years in the summer months. Now first we're going to head down the main street here in Upwey. So we're just sort of at the start of the Dandenong Ranges here. Ferntree Gully's probably down at the base, and then Upwey is the next one along. As you can see, it's very quiet on a Sunday morning. Very quiet. It's a nice little town. It's got a real village feel as well. Now Upwey here was settled in 1870 and it's had its fair share of bushfires over the years as well, coming all the way down here. Here's the Upwey train station there on the left. Plenty of coffee shops and little cafes in Upwey as well. Like all the little towns up here in the Dandenongs, people come up here for the day now. That IGA doesn't look that great with all the graffiti on it, but anyway. The population in Upwey is 6,818. 50% male, 50% female. Let's go back up the main street up this side. 80% of those people here born in Australia. 5.2% in England. 1.5% from New Zealand, were born in New Zealand, and 1% from the Netherlands. There you go, there's the main street. There's the CFA again. I might go and check out a few of the residential areas of Upwey. Stay tuned. So here we go in Upwey. As you can see, up in the Dandenongs here, it's very hilly, very leafy. Big blocks of land, hilly blocks of land as well. Some with great views overlooking the Dandenong Ranges. Actually, really nice homes actually. The main source of employment here in Upwey is people working in hospitals. It's 3.9%. Social assistance services is 3.3%. And primary school education, 2.9%. And secondary school. So might be a few teachers here. As you can see, it's getting very bush-like very quickly. So as you can see, we can get off the beaten track very quickly here in Upwey on a dirt road, almost. Probably not even a kilometre from the main street. Now, average weekly income here in Upwey per house is $2,176, which is well above the Australian average, which is $1,746. Got some great views actually, looking straight down there. Got to be careful there because it's a pretty narrow little road. And these houses are right in the bush. crime rate here in Upwey, 25 crimes per 1,000 people, which is very low. It's that's well below the Australian average of 70. But oh yeah, these people here, they've got a great lookout. Who living in these areas. There's a new house going up there. Yeah, but it's got a real bush feel. Not far from Melbourne. We're only probably 30 kilometres as the crow flies from Melbourne city centre, and feels like we're a million miles away. Yeah, but you can see these houses. I mean, you can hardly see them because they're stuck in the forest. As you can see, houses like that, I mean, they're right in the middle of, basically right in the middle of the scrub. There's not much else. There we go. Yes, as you can see, as I was saying, some of these houses have got views you can see for miles out there. But they are in the middle of, have a look at that. They are right in the middle of the bush. I haven't been I've only ever driven through Upwey. I've never actually taken these residential streets, but you can see the attraction of people living here, because you are really away from city life. Even though you are close to the city. Righto, great to see the Australian flag flying like that in Upwey here. It's almost a crime in some places to fly the Australian flag, it seems, these days. But anyway, that's about enough of Upwey for now. We'll head on to the next place. Okay, so we're entering the little town of Belgrave, which I thought was actually bigger by population than what it actually is. Heading down the main street shortly. There's the Woolies on the left hand side. Now Belgrave was first settled here in 1851. See the nice little main street here. An old fish and chip shop. Belgrave Hotel up there on the left hand side. Commonwealth Bank down the left, and the first post office opened here in 1904. Now we'll do another U here and we'll head back down the main street and just show you the main street again, the other side. Now, apart from being famous for Puffin Billy starting here in Belgrave, see, it's got a real village feel here, the main street. And McDonald's tried to open up here, probably twice in the last, not sure how many years, last 20 years or so. And the locals all got together and knocked it on the head. So, no McDonald's in Belgrave. They didn't want to drive through McDonald's or anything like that, and so they just wanted to keep the village feel, which they've done well as well. You've got some sort of sculpture there, straight in front of me. But they've also, here in Belgrave, got their own little cinema, Cameo Cinema. There we go, just there on the left hand side. Right hand side, sorry. So as I was saying before, Belgrave is famous for being the start of Puffin Billy. And as you can see down the main street here, it's actually painted into the side of the wall here. The bridge, which is a bit further down, which is the main sort of photo area of Puffin Billy. Anyway, we'll go and have a look at the station where he is. So we're heading on down to the main Puffin Billy Belgrave railway station. I'll give you a few stats on Belgrave while we're doing it. There's a steep old hill down here. So Belgrave has a population of 3,894 as of the last census, which I thought Belgrave was bigger than that, but it's not. Basically 50-50 male and female as well. There's the station just there in front of us. .8% were born in England, 6.7% in England, 1.4% in New Zealand. And the main source of employment here, believe it or not, it's not working on Puffin Billy. Social service assistants, which I'm not even sure what that actually is, but anyway, that's what it says in the census. Hospital workers are 3.9%. Secondary school educators 3.7%. And the average household income here in Belgrave is $2,202, which is a fair whack. Higher than the Australian average, which is just over 1,700. Here's a little locomotive up there. Here's one of the Puffin Billy railway crossings. Make sure he's not coming, which he's not. Tell you what, this is high. I might check out some of the residential areas here in Belgrave, which is I suppose where we're going now. As you can see, like Upway, it's a thick bush. People love it. Love living in these sort of areas. But I tell you what, bushfires are a big problem here too in summer. So we're on another dirt road here in Belgrave. Look at the size of these gum trees in front of me here. They're huge. Have a look at that. It's real wild and woolly stuff out here. And there's the road ahead. You've got some more houses up there on the left hand side. Geez, the forest comes right down to their homes here. Anyway, people like that sort of thing. Yeah, so as I was saying, very hilly and very thick bush. and so close to Melbourne as well. Now the crime rate here in Belgrave is 48 crimes per 1,000 people, which is a little bit higher than Upwey, but 48 is still pretty low. See these homes here on the left hand side. And as you can see, we're coming into spring and the trees are in blossom. Not far now. Well, what is the date today? September. Well, we are in spring, but the trees are blossoming. Okay, what's this on the left hand side? Belgrave Masonic Centre. Don't even know what that really is. Anyway, that might be just about enough of Belgrave now, I'd say. Been down the main street, showed you a few of the homes in the bush. We'll head on to the next town. On the way to Monbulk. We're actually driving through Sherbrooke Forest, believe it or not. Not the Sherbrooke over in England, but Sherbrooke up here in the Dandenongs. It's a beautiful drive, beautiful. Big huge trees here too. And all the ferns. When the bushfires go through here, I'll tell you what, it goes through here a million miles an hour. But beautiful drive. Okay, so here we are. We're entering the small little township of Monbulk up in the Dandenong Ranges here. Now Monbulk was established in 1893 with 76 farms. Now because of the 76 farms, because the soil up here is rich and fertile, and it's very well known for growing flowers, growing vegetables and fruit and all sorts of things up here. Most famous one of all was Monbulk jam. If people remember Monbulk jam through the 1900s there, up until about 1991 it was bought out by SPC. There's a police station on the left hand side. But Monbulk Jam was a worldwide company and employed about 200 people up here, and yeah, it was a huge industry until it was bought out. And plenty of little cafe shops around here in Monbulk as well. It's actually quite a big little town. There's a CFA there on the right hand side here in Monbulk. Got the big Mitre 10 on the roundabout. No trouble getting timber up here into there with all the there used to be logging going on around here. Now Monbulk isn't as rugged as the other towns we've been to. It's more farmlands around here and more of a township. As you can see, there's still a fair bit of forest just over there beyond the houses here. Now population of Monbulk is 3,651. Basically 50-50 is the split between the male and female. The average age is 41. Forgot to say it in the other towns, the average ages. We're in Upwey, The average age was 41 as well, and Belgrave was 38. So all pretty much the same. As you can see, it's not thick bush like the other towns we've been to. The country of birth here in Monbulk, 80.3% were born in Australia, 5.8% in England, 2.3% in the Netherlands, believe it or not, and 1.2% in New Zealand. Now, the main industry of income here in Monbulk is a lot different than other places I've seen before. So nursery production is the number one, 4.4%. So I'm not actually sure. I must be working in a nursery, I suppose. Hospital workers are 3.9%, and floriculture production, which is probably farming on the flowers, I suppose, it's 2.6%. And cafes and restaurants, 2.4%. Yeah, but nursery production and floriculture almost be the same thing, I think. I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest. Anyway, that's the stats. Average household income per week is 1,722, which is basically near the Australian average. Crime rate is only 31 crimes per 1,000 people. It's a nice little town built into the Dandenongs here, as you can see. So anyway, that's about all of Monbulk. We've been up the main street, we've seen some of the residential area. Not a lot else to see. So we'll head on to the next town. Here we are, we're entering the beautiful little town of Olinda up in the Dandenong Ranges. We're actually just below the peak of, or the top of Mount Dandenong here in Olinda. Has been known to snow up here every now and then. Not every year, maybe once every 5 years on a really cold day or night. But it is a beautiful little town. It was originally set up as a logging township back in the 1800s. First post office was set up here in 1901. And it used to be a tourist place back in the 1900s. Let's see, this is all it is, just a little village. And yeah, it used to be, people used to come up here for the weekend until cars became more prolific, I suppose. So now people come up here for day trips. Basically got all these little places here on the right hand side and the police station straight ahead there. But it is a beautiful little town, as I said, just below the top of Mount Dandenong. It's actually got a real English feel to it. I'm just looking there with the fire coming out of the chimney at the back there and the hedges. Beautiful little town. There's an old pottery place there in front of us. Don't know what it is now. Sign's pretty faded. The population of Olinda is 1,793. Actually thought it was a bit more than that, but it's only, when you look, it's only small. 51.6% are male, 48 99.4% are female, and the average age is 45. We'll go back down the main street and have another bit of a look. Look at it from a different angle. Country of birth here in Olinda, 59.9% were born in Australia, 11.3% in England. Maybe that's what gives it that English feel. 2.1% in New Zealand, 1.6% Netherlands, and 1.5% from Germany. The Dandenong Ranges Botanical Gardens are just in there on the left hand side. You can't really see them from the road. They also got the footy ground there on the left, in behind the trees, and also the old Olinda Scout Hall coming up here on the left hand side. There's the old Olinda Scout Hall on the left. It's in pretty good nick still. Okay, we'll check out some of the residential areas here in Olinda. On the left there you can see the houses. This is only just off the main street here, so it's not full of gum trees like some of the other places we've been to. And the scrub's not as thick. The main industry of employment here in Olinda is cafes and restaurants, which makes sense. That's basically all the main street is. Hospital workers are 3.9%. Secondary educators, secondary school education, 2.6%. And accommodation workers at 2.5%. That will be all the B&Bs and little hotel motel things they've got set up here in Olinda. As I said, it used to be a weekend retreat back in the 1900s, early 1900s, but now it's just an easy day trip from Melbourne. Not even an hour, I wouldn't think, from the city centre, but it feels like we're a million miles away. Average household income is $1,995 a week, which is a bit more than the Australian average, which is just over $1,700. Now we're getting into some bushy area down here now. A steep hill as well. Crime rate is 29 crimes per 1,000 people, which isn't a lot. Now, I just said we're not in the bush before, but we've got into it now. We're actually headed back towards the main road. So anyway, that's about all I can show you of Olinda. It's only a small little town. Headed back to the main road. We might head now. Oh no, there's one more thing I've got to show you back. I'll show you in a sec, just hold on. So just before we leave Olinda, there's a famous Cuckoo restaurant. Not open anymore, but it was an institution back in when I was growing up. We used to come here. So it's like a German restaurant. It had a real German feel to it inside, and they'd have the German singing and the German bands and the big mugs of beer, and oh yeah, it was a great spot. My dad used to love coming up here. And it was very famous. I think back in the 1980s it could have been. One of the owners here actually went missing, if I can remember. But anyway, that's what I can't remember entirely, but anyway, it's a shame that it's closed now, because it was a great place to come for birthdays and weddings and 21sts and all that sort of thing. Anyway, somebody might know more about it than I do. But yeah, like I said, I used to go there plenty of times on family occasions back in the 1980s. Okay, so we're heading into the beautiful little town of Sassafras. It's actually like a little, I don't know, half English, half German village when you're driving through there. It was first established in 1891 with farming. First post office was opened in 1901. Here we are coming up to the little main street. Now, Sassafras here is famous for its Devonshire tea and antique shops. That's basically all the town is, as you see here on the left hand side. That's all antique shops. Like I said, Devonshire tea. It is a beautiful little village, it really is. Go up the main street here and then we'll come down the other side and have a bit of a look. Population here in Sassafras is only 970 people. Basically 50-50 male and female. And the average age here in Sassafras is 47. The country of birth here in Sassafras, 76.8% were born in Australia, 7.3% England, and New Zealand is 1.1. Here's a beautiful sort of antique shop on the left hand side here. And we'll check out some of the residential area here in Sassafras. As you can see, same as the other towns. Doesn't seem as bushfirey, if that's the word, as the other ones. I know there's been bushfires here, but they seem a bit more away from the forest, if you know what I mean. Actually, just saying that, here comes the bush up on the right hand side here. I know, got a real English feel, that driveway. As you can see, it's hard to even see the houses with the hedges. There's an old house on the left hand side, it's been there for a while. So we are starting to get into the bush now, pretty quickly. We're only just driven for 30 seconds off the main street. Have a look at that for a driveway straight ahead. You can't see the house. Have a look at that driveway. There's a rip of that one. And that one too. So there's all houses in behind there, but those big driveways. And that one. Jeez. Righto, we've got right off the beaten track now. On a little dirt road. All these driveways here, they are absolutely in the middle of nowhere. Look at that, it's a little kookaburra sitting on the road right in front of me there. Not sure if you can pick him up. Is he going to move? Come on, boat. Yep, there he goes. He took off. Good on him. Oh yeah, this is only right at the back of the township, Sassafras. Maybe only 200 metres. There's a house right up there in the bush. Quite incredible, because every time I've driven past here, you just go down the main street. I've never been off the track. There's houses down there, right? Geez, right in amongst it. It's unbelievable. There we go, in Sassafras. Geez, the driveways to get down there would be pretty steep. So anyway, the main industry of employment here in... There we go, look at that house down there. Right in the middle of the forest. It's unreal. You should see the driveway. Geez, how the hell do they even get up there? There's a driveway looking back down there. Now the main industry of employment here in Sassafras is working in a cafe and restaurant, which makes sense because that's all the main street is as well. 5.6%. Now this one, computer system and design, it's 3%. And local government administration is 2.6%. There you go. Whole lot of different employment opportunities up here in Sassafras. Average weekly income is $2,147 per home per week, which is higher than the Australian average. Crimes are only 28 crimes per 1,000 people, which is next to nothing. And all of a sudden, we've come across the main street again from being in that bushland right there. So that's unbelievable. So anyway, I think I'll wrap that up from Sassafras because we're only going to see the main street again. There's not a lot else to see. I'll wrap up the video as well. So if you like my little tour of the couple of the towns in the Dandenong Ranges, give me a thumbs up. There you go, there's a cafe, Dine Divine, there on the right hand side. It must be an old church done up as a, well, it is a church, it must be done up as a restaurant. Dine Divine. So if you like the video, yeah, as I was saying, give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.